Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Pick and Roll live stream here on the Board YouTube channel, presented by the FanDuel Sportsbook. For today, we're going to cover the NBA slate for Tuesday, February 4th. A decent NBA slate to work with here today. We'll be going through the entire slate on the FanDuel Sportsbook with my co-host Pips NBA for the show that has been profitable this season. Unfortunately, not profitable in yesterday's specific episode. Sadly, it was a losing day. We had 3 plays in the end because of a void to Jalen Suggs, who did not feature. We had 1.25 units on that, but voided because he did not play. We had a winner on Jeremy Grant over on points, won by the hook. He had 14 points. We needed over 13.5. We had a loser, unfortunately, on Mike Conley threes. We needed 2. He only ends up with 1. And our big SGP at half unit comes up short here. We had Jokic and Porter cover their lines, but Alvarado played, but Zion Williamson, regardless, did not cover. So, unfortunately, a loser on that one, down 0.75 units on the day. But, hey, we'll be looking to recoup that. We'll be looking to have a good day here today. So, we'll bring in my co-host, Pips NBA, to help get us started for this one. And we'll get to the top of the slate here again on the FanDuel odds screen. Before we do, reminder, if you guys enjoy the show, you like what you see from everything we do here, hit that like button. Help support the content, help support what we do here, help make this content possible on this channel. And we'll start off with the Dallas Mavericks. Wow, Dallas, what a week they've had. Trading Luka Doncic and then getting absolutely demolished by the Cleveland Cavaliers. I know they didn't really play anybody, but the spread was 15. They ended up losing by a lot more than that. So that was a brutal one overall for the Mavericks. Here, they are +2 on the road at Philadelphia, who are very rarely favored. Pips, over to you for the first time. Any thoughts on this game here?
Yeah, we have Embiid probably back tonight as he made the practice. Anthony Davis is out for Dallas, so kind of makes sense. Paul George is still out, so weird spot to bet on with I just said questionable Embiid and
Yeah.
Paul George being out, and they are favorites. Kind of weird spot, honestly.
Yeah, tough one to decipher for both teams. So we can move on to our next game here. We've got the Boston Celtics against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This could be a big one. Boston have struggled as of late. We've continued to say they did win their last game. It took quite a big comeback against the 76ers, I believe it was, to make that one happen. Yeah, quite a big comeback to make that happen against the 76ers in the end. But it's the top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference playing one another. Can you give us any insight into this one?
Betting wise, it's tough because last couple of games we had Boston Celtics switching their defense from team that was just playing drop coverage and staying with their guys to a team that double teams a lot lately. They doubled Zion both games a ton. They doubled Şengün, then doubled Jalen Green. A lot of doubles lately. So this could be a good spot to bet like Donovan Mitchell over, but now I'm like they started struggling, so they kind of started adjusting their defense game to game time. So I'm not really confident into betting it, but I do lean for Cleveland Cavaliers to win, even though their defense tanked lately. But I do like their approach. Like let's switch and let's make Tatum beat us in isolation stuff. I'm just going to check the line for JT, but he's been awful lately. Uh, nothing going well for him. But both games against the Cleveland, he scored 33 points and had very high usage. He had 34% usage. I'm just going to check on the season when he has like 28% or higher usage and playing 30 plus minutes. Interesting. Like this is in fact interesting. And he got 28% or higher usage in 30 plus minutes. He's over this line in 22 out of 27, 82% clear rate, and uh, average 30 points. Let me just check when Jalen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis and Derek White are playing. smaller sample size of the games, but still covering this. Stayed under against Clippers, who are playing great defense. Only play it was a blowout, and another blowout against the Dallas, where he was one field goal short, shooting. I mean, maybe there is something to this one. He scores most of his points in isolation, and they allow the most isolation in the entire league. As I said, could be a mismatch hunt. Yeah, maybe I do like this one for the over. And also, there are some 24s available for this. I don't know if it's enough to be played at 24.
Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Tatum. Yeah, we could play 24.5 at -120.
Yeah, let's do this then.
We just
As I said,
confirm
like
it's up, but yeah,
they
that should be fine.
allow so much isolation stuff that it makes
Yeah.
like Tatum to have huge usage. And when you look at his usage, when he has usage like I would say like 27%, 28% is like a good spot because he had 2 games against them. He had 35 and 32, and he shot 50% and 44% and scored 33 points. Let me just check Tatum. I think his efficiency tanked a bit lately. I'm just going to check like the January. Yeah, he shot 30% from the three in January, which is awful. Uh, yeah, he played some terrible games against the Bulls, against the Houston Rockets, Dallas. Like he shot below 40% in 3 straight games. Then he had a big game against the Pelicans, 48% from the field. And the last game against the 76ers, he shot 65%. So maybe his shot is kind of back over the last 2 games. Uh, so yeah, I will bet JT over 24 and a half points. Just buying low in a game where he gets a nice coverage, I would say. I
All
like the
right.
coverage he's getting against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
So we got to it in the end. It'll be Jason Tatum over 24.5 points, -120 odds. There's just 24.5s out there. Mostly 25. Would you play the 25.5 if that was all you had available?
Yeah, I think that's still good. Yeah.
Okay. So if you have to play 25, that is good to play. Probably
So
-120 should be the highest you go there, just kind of painting through the market. Yeah, -120 should be the highest you go there. You can get a little bit better, but 24.5 -120 is what we will be playing here for today. That will do it for the first game, or for the second game. Before we go any further here, a word from our presenting sponsor, the FanDuel Sportsbook. With the NBA season heating up, trade deadline around the corner, players on different teams, lots of excitement going around. And as we watch everything unfold and we see these new players on their new teams, check out FanDuel to make every NBA moment even more rewarding with America's #1 sportsbook. It's an easy-to-use sportsbook with so many different markets available, especially in the player props, which is what we use on this show most, pretty much exclusively on the show through player props. But there's so many different markets we can attack when there is a matchup that Pips likes. For example, SGPs, X plus points, quarter props, and also if you're watching a game, there's live betting options for you to take on as well. These markets are posted quickly with fair pricing, and if you do find those winners, you get speedy withdrawals to get that money back into your account. And right now, new customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Yes, $200. So next time you get a hunch on who is going to win or how many points a player will score, bet on FanDuel and watch your picks come to life. Just visit FanDuel.com/sport or go to the link in the description. Make every NBA moment even more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of @NBA. But must be 21 plus and present in select states or Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only, $5 first deposit required. Bonus issue is non-withdrawable bonus bet, which expires 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelpline.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. We'll bring Pips back in. We're good to go to the next game, yes?
Yes.
We got the Houston Rockets on the road at the Brooklyn Nets. Houston -9 on the spread. Houston obviously putting together a fantastic season. They've moved down to third in the West after 3 losses in a row, but they're still right near the top of the standings there. How we feel? I mean, they should take care of business here in Brooklyn. How do we feel about this one?
Yeah, I don't know. We just lost to the Nets, and we are on back to back, and there is no Şengün. I mean, he's questionable, but I think he's out. Fred VanVleet is out.
How about
This,
Amen Thompson yesterday, by the way? How good was he?
yeah, triple double, another triple double. Like, he's amazing. Yeah, we lost because Brunson was just unbelievable down the stretch, and we didn't have much offense without Fred VanVleet and Şengün. We are struggling with offense, like, overall, but now losing like Fred VanVleet and Şengün for a couple of games made it really difficult. We started with Tari Eason at the 5 because there is no Şengün. He did great job against. We actually started Tate at the 5. They play like highly switchable team, like Tate, Eason, Amen Thompson at 4, 3, 4, 5. Incredible. But we allowed like 50 points in the fourth quarter, so that wasn't.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
Not going to be easy to win
Uh,
games, I guess, like that.
yeah, the coaching one is the Nets will play us like really well. They'll be set up. They know we can shoot, so they'll try to exploit that. And while on the other side, they will let threes fly. So tough one. If Şengün is not ready to play, I don't like it for us. So yeah, but
Do you
overall, no
see
bets for this.
no bet for this? Do you see the Houston doing anything the next couple of days in the trade market?
I hope so, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to see what would you want to see the most? Like shooting, backup big?
Uh, Shooting, of course, shooting preferably. Like, we need someone that can make shot. Yeah, we just let Lavin slide for like no. Yeah,
Well, I can see the train of thought in wanting to, like, you've got all these assets. You want to wait for the top guy you really, really want. Like, as much as
yeah.
Levine is
You
a
want
good
to
player, would
wait
help them.
for Thunder and Spurs to become even better, and then we have no chance.
Well, that's true as well. But maybe the big fish is out there for Houston to get at some point.
Maybe
They're waiting for the right
we can still
opportunity.
compete with anyone, like, no matter what. Because but yeah, it sucks to see Spurs getting way better, and Thunder will of course get better, even better next season.
Right.
So tough one, but tough one to be slow. But I trust the front office; they did some great stuff. So yeah.
We'll go to the next game here. We've got the Toronto Raptors playing against the New York Knicks. Toronto have been one of the hottest teams in the NBA as of late. They're home for this one. 4.5-point underdogs against the New York Knicks. Pips is something you're eyeing in this game.
Yep. First off, this should be an under 230 points. Uh, I just don't understand this line at all. Let me just, like, I'm not betting it, but I'd heavily lean under on Knicks being on back to back.
Right.
Yeah. So last
And,
time
and Raptors defense been really good lately.
yeah, last time you guys played, it was 98 112, so 220, and that was the time when your defense wasn't that great. So Knicks last night against Houston kind of went nuts with 124, but they're on back to back, and they usually play super slow, and now they are on back to back. I don't know. Overall, think you should cover this. No OG Anunoby for the Knicks, and they are on back to back. This is like you lost all three by double digits. This is the spot you need to.
Yeah, I thought they would cover against the Bulls. They didn't. I thought they wouldn't cover against the Clippers. They won outright. So this is a tough team to call here. I do lean in the direction of the Raptors at home for this one, but not enough to bet it.
Just a question, like what is with the quickly limit? Like he played 16 minutes last game. What was?
His limits minute with 18 last game.
Yeah.
So they took him out and didn't put him back in at that point. Minutes restriction. I'm not sure if there's been confirmation exact. I'll double check. It wasn't anything this morning, but I have not seen anything yet as far as like what the limits restriction has changed to here today. But he's not listed on the injury report at all, which is important for him, like to get more minutes. But I don't imagine all of a sudden he's going to be playing like 30 plus.
Yeah. So let's have a second bet on this one, which is an under for the Knicks.
Yes.
It's Jalen Brunson under 26.5 points.
All right. Jalen Brunson under 26.5. Best in market is available at FanDuel. The only plus money price there on Jalen Brunson. There's also a few minus 105s if you need to take that in your region. But plus 100 is what we'll play here for Jalen Brunson on points. Talk us through this matchup a little bit.
Yeah, so I did send you before the show that Raptors have third best defense over the last 12 games. That's incredible. And
I think it's like number one the last 10 or something as well. It's been really good. Yeah.
Yeah, could be. You're just being incredible. Of course, that came with more minutes to Davion Mitchell. But as you said, quickly, probably minutes limit, so Davion should still get some minutes. And every second Davion spends on the court, he'll be guarding Jalen Brunson. When you look at this season, when Brunson is playing 40 minutes against teams who are not bottom 5 in pick and roll ball handler defense and who are not bottom 5 in defensive rating, he's under this line in 17 out of 22 games, averaging 22.7 points. And if you take a look at 3 games against the Raptors, he scored 20, 12, and 13. So he averaged 15 points over the 3 games against the Raptors. And he played 30 plus minutes, 32 plus minutes in every single one of these. So, yeah. Looking at the numbers, you held Trae Young back-to-back games under. He scored 16 and 18. You had Brunson, 3 straight under. One game you did well against Lillard. Next game he covered by 1 field goal made. So this was close. Looking at the play types doesn't make much sense here. I mean, you guys are average against ball handlers. That's obviously valuable. But most of the other stuff is it's all yellow, which means like it's been like up and down throughout the season, and you guys changing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think head to head, like if you guys played huge pressure on Jalen Brunson in 3 straight games, I don't see anything changing here. Like even the usage, when you look at the usage one, that's a bit of telling. Like he averaged 23% usage against the Raptors while he has 29% on the season. So you guys held him 6% under the season average usage. And you look at the field goal attempted, he attempted 13 in all 4 games. He averaged 18 on the season, so you got 18.5. So you guys held him 5 field goal attempts under the season average. So it's obvious that you guys don't let him score. And on the assist wise, he had 7 plus in all 3 games, so it makes sense. You are sending doubles a lot, and when you won't send doubles, probably the time when Davion Mitchell is on him. And if I need to pick one guy in the entire league to defend Jalen Brunson in single coverage, that will be Davion Mitchell. Like they are kind of like the same look, like size, like a small, powerful guard. I was like bully guards, and there is no way Brunson can bully Davion Mitchell. He can't move him in the post or in single coverage. So I think that makes sense. Also, OG Anunoby is out, which is kind of like increasing the line for Brunson, but that doesn't make sense. OG Anunoby is a low usage guy, and he's now out, and he'll be replaced with players that kind of shoots even more. Like the more minutes will go to Campaign and Landry Shamet. Those guys are higher usage than OG Anunoby. So I actually think OG Anunoby being out kind of helps Jalen Brunson to stay under.
All right. So our second official play of the day, Jalen Brunson under 26.5 points, plus 100 at FanDuel, minus 105. Also available for this one. So make sure you shop around to find the best price in your region. We'll go to the next game here. Miami 3-point favorites at Chicago. Chicago coming off that trade involving Zach LaVine. They've got some pieces coming in. I'm not sure if they will be. Actually, I don't know if there could be active tonight with the likes of guys like Kevin Herter. I don't see on the intro. Maybe they are playing today. So a lot of changes going on in Miami. Potentially some big changes coming this week. Can you give us any insight into this one?
Yeah, Huerter probably he's doubtful for this one. Trey Jones also doubtful. Zach Collins also doubtful.
Yeah, I don't.
Taylor Horton Tucker also doubtful. So it's I don't know. Like maybe they kind of doubtful for trade. That could change. So yeah, but overall the rotation for the Bulls is Gide, White, Lonzo, Ayodosunmu, Vucevic, Buzelis, Patrick Williams, and Jalen Smith. Sorry. So I don't know. +3. I don't know. Kind of. But yeah, Heat. Miami is not playing well either. So I don't know. Kind of seems fair. I don't know.
Yeah,
Your spot.
it's tough to call here.
I hate like these teams, like especially Miami, like unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen with them.
Yep, agreed. Tough one to call here. Are we ready to move to the next game?
I'm checking Buzelis, thinking maybe could be a good spot for Matas Buzelis. Yeah, I don't know. I'll stick away because last couple of games the Miami Heat with starting Kelal Ware and the bio together kind of changed their way the defense. They are playing way more drop coverage now and letting guys. Yeah, you can play like you can switch with Adebayo and you can like hedge pick and rolls with Adebayo, but that's not the thing you want to do with Ware. So they kind of switched it and unpredictable now. So staying away. So we have two bets so for now.
Okay,
Probably.
next game, we've got the Indiana Pacers and Portland Trailblazers, two teams playing great basketball as of late. Both teams 8-2 in their last 10. And in this one, Indiana on the road as 5-point favorites. Any way to handicap this?
Yeah, they are both on the back to back and staying away from these. Like as you see, as you've seen in the screenshot I sent you, the Pacers and Portland are top 7 in defensive rating over the last 12 games.
Yeah.
That's it's not weird for Portland. I spoke about it on almost every show when we talked about Portland, how I'm looking like forward to their defense. Like they are legit, but Pacers surprised me, and I don't know what to think about it. Is it a fluke or is it a real thing? I honestly don't have no idea. So tough to handicap. Usually, you want to look at overs against Portland and Pacers, but if the books are setting the numbers on the season stuff, and we know that lately they've been great defense, there is not much value in the lines.
Right. Understood there. We're ready for the last game up on the slate. The Lakers away at the Clippers. Battle of Los Angeles. The Lakers, obviously very depleted right now. Luka Doncic still remains out with an injury. Luka Doncic, the Los Angeles Lakers player, will eventually get used to that. LeBron James probable for this one. but with no like who's starting? Is it Jackson Hayes starting at center? Um, Lakers have some work to do this week to make a trade, but for the time being, it's pretty disastrous situation on court, I'd say, and they're 8.5 point underdogs here.
Yeah, I could see Clippers blowing them out.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Kawhi will stop LeBron, and uh, it's I think it's Derrick Jones against Powell against Reeves. Derrick Jones against Reeves and Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James, and then you have like Gabe Vincent and Jackson Hayes out there. On the other side, you have Harden, Powell, Leonard, Zubac. It's tough one. It's tough
Yeah.
one for sure.
Lakers have some work to do
Yeah,
this week.
this one could be tough one. So yeah, no bets on this one.
You'd need a superhero LeBron
Yeah.
to win this game today, and it's not impossible for LeBron to do that. Absolutely not. But no, I don't really see it for today. All right, 2 bets then. We'll go to the chat to see what you guys are betting for the day. Any questions, please send them on in. We'll stay on this game here. Your friend James just asked about Ivica Zubac over 12.5 rebounds at minus 102. Potentially, I mean, Zubac's been playing really well this season, but also not formidable bigs in front of him here today. What do you think?
Yeah, about 12.5 seems like the adjusted line. So yeah, I think that's completely fair
Okay.
line. I think if it was 11.5, I think it was 11.5 like earlier this day. So I would be inclined to look into it, but I don't see the value at all at 12.5.
All right, fair
I
enough.
get the reasoning, like it's against Jackson Hayes. He should like toy with him inside, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Next one up here, Nicholas Jepson asked about Evan Mobley over 15.5 points at minus 125.
Yeah, that's just betting the line. 15.5 makes kind of sense. He'll play like big time minutes. You look at the last 30 games when he played any like 24 plus minutes. He's over this line in 22 out of 30, averaging 90.7. So he did have an under against the Boston with 9 points, shooting 4 from 13. But yeah, I will be okay with this bet. I will be okay with this bet.
Quickly back to Zubac here because I forgot this one was here, but good friend Chillionaire asked about Zubac 18 plus points, 16 plus rebounds parlay for plus 750 odds. Would you stack up Zubac lines today?
As a long shot, sure, why not? Makes some sense. Like he could have like 3 to 4 putbacks just on the size, on the power, on the strength. So could make sense actually.
We'll go to PJ Washington over 8.5 rebounds. I will look at the price for this one. You're lucky. I see plus money here on the rebounds here, plus 100 at FanDuel for over 8.5 rebounds for PJ Washington.
If Embiid is playing, sure. As I was always saying, wings, big sides. When Embiid is pulling out the opposing centers, work every single time, unless it's Michael Porter Jr. But otherwise, every single time.
Right. Okay. Not MPJ when we bet him, unfortunately. Okay. Again, people were talking about Porzingis first quarter points. Every day, people come in here say it hit again, and we have it at plus 100 against the Cavs. Is it a good look again today?
It is. It is for sure. I don't know where is that price coming from. But last 12 games, he hit in 11, averaging 9.4 in the first quarters. And Cleveland Cavaliers is like kind of okay matchup for Kristaps Porzingis. He played them earlier this season and had 9 points in the first quarter. I could see him playing 8 plus minutes when he gets 8 plus minutes this season. He's over this line in 75% of the games. Need to look when Tatum and Brown are playing, then it's remains 75%. In the games where he stayed under, he shot 0 from 4. But some overs also came where he shot well, like 100% when he was perfect from the field. So overall, he gets probably like 4 buckets up. Yeah, with 4, it's kind of a stretch. Like sometimes he gets 5 to 6. If he gets 5, that should be good to for him to cover with some free throws maybe. Yeah, overall, I do lean over. Overall, yeah.
All right, we'll see if it's the money machine it's been lately for some of the people in the chat. All right, we'll stay on this game here. We have Swish asking about Derek White over 13.5 points at -120. Also likes his over on rebounds and assists at 6.5 at -154.
Yeah, if you like both, why don't you just play points, rebounds, and assists? Like,
There you go.
could be a legit question. If you take a look at the season numbers for him, when he gets 28 plus minutes, he's over this line in 22 out of 29, 25.6 average. Against the Cleveland, he had 30 points, rebounds, and assists. But yeah, no Porzingis in that one. When they are all healthy, so Jason Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, he's over in 8 out of 12, averaging 24. Yeah, I could see this as a good bet. Points
The PRA.
still the same. Points and rebounds still the same. Rebounds and assists 8.3 average. Yeah, I could see this. Like this one. Yeah.
All right.
And I will say he bounced back. I'll show you. He was in some weird stretch where he had like 5 straight unders, like 11, 3, 6, 6, 12 points, where he couldn't score. Like he was shooting 2 from 9, 1 from 6, 1 from 8. Like he couldn't make a bucket. But then now he scored last 4 games. He bounced back and averaged 19.5 over the last 4. The matchup were great. Yeah, he played 76ers, Pelicans, and Bulls, which is obviously one of the best matchups in the league. But 23 against Dallas is also, like, they are good defense. So he kind of bounced back. So if he is back, 20 doesn't seem much for a guy that should play like 36 minutes tonight. He needs to be out there to guard Derek. Needs to be out there to guard Garland and Mitchell.
Next one, we have Mikal Bridges over 17.5 points, -120.
Makes sense. If you guys put heavy pressure on Brunson, and you will put some pressure on Towns, of course, then it's Mikal all over the place. But you did exactly that last 3 times you played against the Knicks, and Mikal stayed under in 2 out of those 3. So I don't know. He's a weird guy. But overall, lean over, yeah.
Emmanuel quickly, first quarter points over. I'm going to assume it's 2.5. I cannot look at first quarter line. So if you have a price,
I'll check on the spot.
I guess
last game he played 6 minutes in the first quarter.
Okay, so
and
still
the
not a
line
lot.
set in -140 on over. Nope. You don't. And it's a huge variance bet. You don't want to lay -140, -150.
Kyrie Irving over 24.5 points at -122.
If Embiid is playing, I kind of like it because he'll probably in drop coverage.
Right.
Without Embiid, they will play zone and take away the ball from Kyrie. So then it's tough.
Last couple of questions here. 2 people. Jelko asked about over 7.5 assists for Hero at +100. Swish also asked about the same bet at +106. So plus money on Tyler Hero over assists.
What's with the Hero over assist? Like, I need to check this. This line seems way too high. Like,
Too high.
why is it over on sale? Like, no, this is inflated. Uh, I watched the game against the Spurs. He had 8. He was double teamed every time he crossed the half court. So that one, he's not getting that coverage tonight. 6 against the Cleveland Cavaliers with 14 potential. That's looking interesting. 12 against Orlando. 8. Like, he's been covering this lately, but 7.5 seems like a bit of a reach. If you look at the games when Butler is out on the season and he gets 30 plus minutes, he's under still in 60% of the games, averaging only 6.3. Yeah, lately he's been putting numbers, but I don't know if that's real.
Uh, two
I
more
mean, you
here.
can see
Okay.
the
Go ahead.
potential assist. There is a line for potential assist, and it's going up, like trending up. Like, it's almost linearly trending up. But we don't bet on Tyler Hero, so I can
Because
recommend it.
I mean, you didn't really like. I don't think you really liked it to begin with. It's also the fact
Yeah.
that it's Ty Hero doesn't help either. How about Bam Adebayo over 34.5 PRA?
Yeah, that one is probably a bit better. Bam Adebayo suddenly started playing better. Like, this line on points was 14 and a half just like a week ago,
Yeah, I
and now
remember
it's
that.
19 and a half. Yeah, it's
Much better.
much better performances from him. Last 4 games: 37, 45, 33, and 51. All three happened against good teams: Orlando, Cleveland, and Spurs. But Spurs without Wemby, so it was super weird. But with 30 plus minutes, without Butler, with Hero, it's close. He only covered in 6 games, but Bulls are a very much unique matchup for bigs. If we take a look at the score, like, perfect matchup, I'll just show you first for Adebayo. Similar type of players. I would say this needs a bit of update. Don't think this season Jokic and Embiid and Şengün are similar to Adebayo. Maybe last season. But overall, bigs, Jalen Durant put 21, Porzingis 34, Ayton at 15, Mark Williams 19. They allow the most pick and roll man. They allow the most at the rim. They allow second most at post ups. Yeah, like, good matchup for Bam Adebayo overall. Like, so makes sense.
Last one, Nikola Vucevic over 14.5 rebounds and assists at minus 120.
I honestly didn't check this one. Usually not going with a ton of rebounds and assists. But last 18 games over in 13, averaging 15.6. A lot of rebound. Yeah, they now play Ayo Dosunmu at the 4, which means they are really small. So, yeah, they probably play Gideon at the 4 on defense, who gets a ton of rebounds usually. So I don't know. Not my type of bet. When he played, they didn't play Heat yet this season, so I don't know. Last season when he played against Bam, kind of all over the place. So yeah, don't have opinion on this one.
Okay. No strong opinion to finish off there, but strong opinions for the 2 official bets on today's show. If you guys did enjoy your tailing the picks, please hit that like button. We've got a great support on the channel as of late. Let's try to get this one to 50 likes as well. Please make sure you have hit the like button if you've not done so yet. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for shows every weekday morning at 9:45 a.m. Eastern time. And let's give you the official recap. So, with Jason Tatum over 24.5 points, minus 120 as Boston visit Cleveland. And then the New York Knicks in Toronto. We have Jalen Brunson under 26.5 points at plus 100. Minus 105 was also available for that one. And good to take as well. Thank you again, everybody. We appreciate it. Thank you for the support to start the week. Let's keep things going. Have a good day here today. We'll be back tomorrow for more from Pick and Roll on the Board YouTube channel presented by FanDuel.